Well, there's another kind of football blossoming. Sam went out and spoke to the Bondi Raiders, Sydney's premier gridiron club.
When the word football is mentioned in Australia, we immediately think of Australian rules, rugby league or rugby union. But in recent years, a surprise addition has reached Australian shores. Sydney's Wentworth Park may be a far cry from the Super Bowl, but now a new code of football has hit the Australian sporting arena: gridiron. In the United States, gridiron has probably the highest profile in sport. Last year's Super Bowl earned the 28 teams in the league over $500,000 each. That was a 21% increase from the previous year. But gridiron in Australia is not as illustrious as in the United States. And why are Aussie men traditionally linked with rugby league or union playing American football?
I had played rugby league professionally here in Australia for about 8 years with 3 Sydney clubs, Balmain, North Sydney and Manly, and I'd gone as far as I could with those clubs and with the game, and I was looking for a change, something different.
Just a mental and physical challenge. It's just different to the other games. They're more endurance, this is more explosion.
The Bondi Raiders were the first official gridiron team in Australia and have won the New South Wales Gridiron Football League Championship for the past 2 years. With other teams sharing their enthusiasm, the game has grown from a social event in 1982 to an amateur sport, with 11 teams now in the league. With players and coaches from the United States visiting teams and holding clinics in Australia, the sport is set to take on new challenges. American coach Harry Close has some interesting thoughts on the comparisons between American football in Australia and the premier version of the game in the US.
Probably our team is somewhere between a good high school team and a fairly low college team. We've got some older fellows on the team who are more aggressive than the high school guys would be, but they don't have the skills because they haven't grown up with the game. But it's improving every year.
For a relatively new sport in Australia, American football has been greeted with enthusiasm by Aussie sportsmen. With at least one Australian player already succeeding in the United States, others are keen to follow in his footsteps.
I started playing about 4 years ago, and I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to go and play in America. And now that has given me the benefits of getting a college level education and playing football at the same time, so it's what I've always wanted.
It may not be as popular as rugby league or VFL, but it won't be through lack of trying.
Sam, Australia's population is nowhere near the size of the United States. Is there room for a fifth football code?
Well, there might be. I mean, if it has the impact it has in the United States, yes. I mean, they're very enthusiastic, as you can see, and it'd be great